Gojira 1962 here, and today I'm going to be talking about Orga, specifically the figure. Orga was the main opponent in the film Godzilla 2000, released in 1999, and he's the main opponent for Godzilla in that film. In the film, Orga wanted to become an exact copy of Godzilla, but as you can see in the figure, that didn't exactly happen. But talking about the figure, let's get into this and let's get into the review. Orga has very good detail to him. Compared to the suit, the figure is almost perfect. He has all the odd shapes and lines that are on the suit, and if given better paint, it would basically be perfect. His teeth are in the correct spots, his arms are longer than his legs, and he even has amazing detail to the tail. He has nice shadows and even some blue on his head, so it's safe to say this Orga figure is pretty good and stays faithful to the suit in the best ways possible. When it comes to articulation, this figure has more than the average Bandai figure nowadays. Orga has 5 points of articulation. Those 5 points being his arms and including his legs can move 360 all the way around, but I wouldn't recommend it because I would recommend not doing it for the sole reason of not damaging the figure and the paint job of the figure, seeing as how rare the figure has become. If you go to his tail though, his tail actually moves all the way around, and you can do that as much as you want. There's no paint rubbing off or any damage here we're gonna have. So this figure has just about 1 or 2 more points of articulation more than the average Bandai figure has nowadays. So he's pretty articulated for a Bandai figure, and for Orga this is pretty good. It's as much as we need. If we had a very articulated figure, I'd say the most we need now is just like a mouth and head movement, but other than that, it's perfect. So it's safe to say if you're looking for an articulated Orga figure, this is the one to get. If you do get this figure, I'd recommend posing his arms like this, where they aren't really touching the ground. You want them to the sides in a way, because this can easily, like if they continuously touch the ground, they can easily scrape the mold and scrape the paint off. Orga stands at 6 inches tall. So he's your average Godzilla figure size, so he'll match with a lot of your Godzilla figures, or just figures in general. Here's a size comparison. Here he is with the 1968 Destroy All Monsters Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla. Here he is up against the McFarlane Doomslayer, or as I like to call him, Doom Guy. Next we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 2000, the American release, which all of you may know this Godzilla mold. And if you do, that's pretty cool, because as you can see, he scales pretty well with Orga. Not movie accurate, of course, but he scales pretty well. And on top of this Godzilla 2000, we also have another Godzilla 2000 to show off. Memorial box mold for Godzilla 2000, which scales way better with Orga and is more movie accurate of a figure. They look pretty good together, and honestly, this is a cheap figure you can get on Amazon. Orga is a great figure for any collector, including myself. And he makes it for a great display piece or just talking point for anyone's collection. If you want to buy Orga, I'd recommend getting him for a cheap price or just waiting. Seeing as more obscure kaiju like monsters like Gojira have been released for a cheap price, like Playmates released for $10, I'd wait on Orga because there's a chance he'll be coming back. And with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video because this is the first episode of a series called My Collection, where I take a look at rare, obscure, or just in general stuff I have in my collection of Godzilla media. Maybe I'll expand beyond Godzilla, but it's going to be focused on Godzilla. If you want, leave some constructive criticism down in the comments below, because I do read the comments. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. With all that being said, Gojira 1962, signing off.